I woke up this morning, I took a shit, wiped, had a cup of coffee, and then I got down to business. I wanted to see just what was patched in No Man's Sky since this massive update. Now, a lot of comments in my last few videos have been asking me to check out the solo god tier glitch, because apparently that has been patched out. So essentially what I thought was going to be a very easy day turned out to be nothing but pain. Lots of pain. So in today's video, I'm going to take you on that journey. I'm going to take you on a journey where I show you how to unpatch the unpatchable. So let's get into today's video. So first of all, it always starts with trying to find a outlaw station. Best way to do that is just to go into your galaxy map and look for the little skull icon. Usually it'll be on the far right hand side, like I found there, and then we're going to go ahead and warp to that location. So once you're at the station, nice and easy, you're meant to call in your freighter. Once you call in your freighter, you go inside and you need to try and land on one of two places. One of the two places is what I've just landed on, or the other one is the very first one on the right hand side. Once you do that, wait for an NPC to go ahead and land, and then you want to go ahead and buy his ship. Once you do that, you want to go and run over to Starship Outfitting, and then we're going to go ahead and claim the scrap worth. Once you claim the scrap worth, that ship will start to disappear. Now, as it starts to disappear, you need, or you should need, to jump inside of it. However, here's the caveat, you need to be quick, so the phasing out time has been sped up quite dramatically, which, as you've just seen right then, the ship disappeared before I could even get to it. That's problem number one. Problem number two, we're going to do the same thing again. This ship here has just landed. Now, as it lands, nice and easy, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go over to that ship, and then we're going to buy the ship from the NPC. So once you skip all this dialogue here, go ahead, make an offer, negotiate price, and then whatever the asking price is, we'll just go ahead and buy it. Now, what we need to do from here, again, we've got to Starship Outfitting, and then we've got to claim scrap worth. Claim scrap worth again, and this time, because it's a lot closer, we should just now be able to jump right into it. And then you'll notice one thing. As the game decides on getting rid of that ship, your entire game freezes, and I have confirmed this as frozen for many people who I asked in my Discord to check this out to see if they was getting the same results. May my PC forever rest in peace. Once back in, I did the same thing again, but this time I claimed the scrap worth and I absolutely raced over to the teleporter on the inside, because my whole understanding of this glitch and the way that it's meant to work is once you go ahead and jump into the ship that is constantly phasing out, you'll just spawn in another random ship. It should just take its place of whatever other ship that spawns in. Once you do that, you're meant to then fly off, go to your freighter, and that's where you pick up the living ship. Now, what I wanted to do was go ahead and try and get around that particular mechanic and use the new feature in the game where if you have a teleporter on your freighter, you can then just go through a teleportation terminal and just go onto your freighter that way, thus skipping the need for that additional step. And as you can see, what ends up happening is you go ahead onto a freighter, however, your ship instantly gets teleported what was in the space station over onto your freighter. It doesn't just stay there, which is incredibly frustrating. So as you can see, I thought, oh, it must just be a visual glitch, because this is all taken from my test footage here. I just thought, well, you know what, this must just be a visual glitch. Of course, I've not even moved my other ship, so it should still be here. Yeah, no, it's not there. I'm just going to spoil the surprise now. It's not there. So this is problem number 3. How do I get basically a living ship and my normal ship, which I'm trying to make into a god tier, all be in the same place at once? Because that's how the glitch works. It needs to be close to each other and they both need to be in the same station as each other. And I can't just go ahead and summon my ship. That was going to be my next test, because I thought, well, if you can summon your freighter now and dismiss it and all that, there might be new functionality there, but that didn't seem to be the case either. And on another side note, on top of that, my game crashed. Now, as I come back into the game here, as you can see, I've got my other ship back, and at this point in the video, I had been at this from 8 o'clock in the morning, and at the current time where this particular footage was taken was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have spent many hours doing the same things, tweaking different ideas, trying out different methods on how I can get this bloody thing working. And I was almost out of ideas until I thought, well, why don't I just go ahead and try doing the original God tier glitch, where you have a friend in the normal space station, and essentially what should happen is you can just pass a couple of ships between each other and sell one off, and you should just be able to go ahead and get a God tier ship. That's how this was all originally created. So I loaded up my Xbox Live account, threw it on my PC, downloaded the game, and then joined in my own lobby. And this is what happened with that. So the way that this is intended to work is the person who has the living ship lands in the space station. You wait for an NPC to land, and then that person will go ahead and make an offer for the lifeform ship, negotiate price, and then they are going to exchange it. Exchange, never sell on this glitch. So when that happens, the other person or your friend goes ahead and finds where that NPC is. He should be outside the living ship, walking about. Fantastic. So your friend, or if you have another account, me, will go ahead and claim that ship completely for free. So there we go. Claim the ship for free. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You will then go ahead and the ship that you have just gone ahead and exchanged, so the one that you've just technically bought essentially, you'll go ahead and sell that in Starship Outfitting. Skip all the dialogue, claim scrap worth, and then sell the lot. Fantastic. Now, once that's all sold, your friend, who is waiting very patiently by the living ship, should be able to jump right into the ship that quote-unquote should disappear but not disappeared at all. However, it now disappears. So as it stands, the actual original God tier ship that you did with a friend anyway is completely patched. Now, just to be absolutely thorough, I went ahead and I got both of my accounts over to an outlaw station and I tried it on there. And I had the same results. No luck. It's completely patched out. You cannot do it anymore with a friend. So at this point, this is when I informed my Discord community about the glitch being completely patched out. It was a very sad time indeed. My next logical choice after that was to go onto Twitter and tweet to Sean Murray and the team over at Hello Games, and I wanted to let them know that they are absolutely amazing, and if they wanted to fuck me so hard, they could at least buy me dinner first. The time was 5 PM, and at this point I had given up on life until Anwan sent me this video. He shows in this video, and I'll have a link to it in the video description down below, not to spoil what he does. However, he does have the key to this incredible puzzle. And essentially in this video, what he is actually doing is he's going ahead and making what's known as a reverse God tier, where you're putting normal mechanical ship parts into a living ship, as you've just gone ahead and seen there. Now, Anwan also tried it the original way, where you jump into the disappearing ship, and as you can see, he was still having that mysterious crashing. However, in the video, I noticed something slightly different that he did, which worked out to be the missing puzzle. So I dragged myself back up, dusted myself off, and loaded up No Man's Sky. So this is now the entire run through that you need to do in order to get yourself a god tier ship in the new update. When you take off from the space station, you need to be in there first, take back off again, and as you are flying out of the space station, immediately call in your freighter. The freighter has to be stupidly close to the space station in order for this glitch to work. Go ahead and land, and you want to go ahead and pick a ship that you want to turn into a god tier. In my case, I'm going to pick this ship right here, and I'm also not going to edit any of this out so you can see me do this real time. So go ahead at this point and land in the space station. You want to land in either one of two spots. The one that I'm going to right now, or the one next to me on the left hand side where the NPC ship currently is. Now, as you're going to go ahead and land, make sure that you have plenty of space in your exosuit. Around about 7 to 8 spaces is required. The next thing you're going to do is wait for an NPC ship to land, just like this one. When it lands, wait for the pilot to get out, and then we're going to start that dialogue again. So speak to the NPC, skip the dialogue as quick as you possibly can, and then go to make an offer, negotiate the price, and then we are going to buy. And you also want to jump in and out of that ship when you do go ahead and buy it. I remembered that step as I was about to sell it, and then I just come back out and I just jump in and out. I wanted to leave this in there in case you make the same mistake I did, but jump in and out, and then you go ahead and sell the ship. So we're going to make our way over now to Starship Outfitting, and then we go to claim scrap worth. It doesn't matter how much it costs or what it is, it's fine. Just sell it, just as long as you have enough space. And then this time, we are going to jump back into our ship, the one that we originally came in on. We are not going to jump into the disappearing ship. As stupid as it sounds, that was the entire key. Jump into your ship that you landed on, wait for the disappearing process to happen, and for another ship to spawn in its place. Once it's fully rendered, and it has to be fully rendered, otherwise you will crash, then jump into that ship. Once you jump into that ship, you're going to go ahead and fly off into your freighter. This is now where you pick up your living ship. Take your living ship, fly it off into space, and then we're going to go ahead and land in the outlaw station. Now, at this point, it doesn't matter where you land. You can land in any spot in the outlaw station. The glitch at this point has been completed. The other thing that we're doing is tying up the loose ends of it. So when we land, we want to go ahead and install all of the technology that you want to go ahead and install into the living ship, because that will then transfer over onto the god tier. So as you can see, we have these new ones here called wormhole brains, so make sure that they're all installed. You want to go ahead and install all of these little figurines, so make sure you install them, because anything that you install at this very point will stick and carry over. It's only when you install technology after the fact that it can be buggy, and every time you reload, you will then have to reinstall it back over again. So for example, the bolt casters on the ship, you'll then have to reinstall them later on, because that is a mechanical part, and unfortunately some mechanical parts do not stick. There is still no way around that quite yet. But here we go. That's all the items that I wanted to carry over installed. Now, all we're going to do is jump back into our ship, which is right here, and then we're going to take a look at the stats of this thing. Boom, look at that. So we have all of those installs in, it's all carried over, and it has living ship components. Now, do not take notice of what the stats say on the right hand side. That has been unfortunately glitched out, and you won't see true numbers. So what we can do instead to see the true numbers of this is we're going to install now normal mechanical parts from normal mechanical ships in this particular one. So this is what it allows us basically to make it into a god tier ship. So here's the photon cannon right now, and we're going to go ahead and install it. Now, if we hover over that, you can see the DPS is currently at 73,000 DPS, which is absolutely insane. I'm so glad this is working, and this is absolutely going to be amazing. For these new asteroids that are all clumped together, you're going to be able to gain so many resources so quickly, because essentially you've got an overpowered Gatling gun now on your ship, and it's absolutely incredible. Look at how much in items that we are getting just by literally firing in a straight line. It's stupidly overpowered. And you can install any of your normal mechanical ship parts in this ship, and they will receive the equivalent and the same sort of buff. It's stupidly overpowered and stupidly insane. So there you have it, guys. The absolute unit that is Alan found the missing piece of the puzzle. So I just want to say a massive thank you to him once again for sending me over that video. It was very informative. Now, just before you go, I just want to ask very kindly, if you did like today's video, then please do smash that like button, leave a comment if you do have any questions, and if you're in an extra generous mood, why not consider subscribing to the channel as well. Anyway, guys, that is everything from me here today, and as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.